Okay, I'm Chris Avina, and welcome to another episode of the American Outdoor News Podcast. Today we have Chris Parnell from Camo Dust. Chris, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chris.
Now, Camo Dust is a family business.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
How'd it get started?
So we started, it got started originally as a poultry product that went in chicken houses to eliminate the ammonia smell in poultry houses. So my grandpa, uncle, and dad started the business, and then Camo Dust is just a byproduct from that. Ammonia hold, we could take a air quality sample test in a poultry house, and the ammonia level would be in the 500 range, 500 parts per million. 3 days after our litter was on the ground, chickens were on the house or in the house. 3 days later, you could pull the same quality sample, and we could have it down below 5 parts per million. So we had a top-notch product for the poultry business. And then, that's just a seasonal deal while the curtains are down. So they were looking for a part to add on to the business to make it more than just a seasonal, and went into the cat litter business as an additive for cat litter. So we had a company called cat litter named Better Way that we would add our cat litter to, and it was sold for several years. And then when you're processing all this poultry product and the cat litter, and we had some stuff that went in barn guards, that went in horse stalls and cow stalls, to take the odor down. You have these fines, and we had a warehouse full of fine powder that was the same stuff. And my dad was hunting. We're big deer hunters, always have been. My dad has always hunted, and it was around 1995. Him and some buddies had been hunting, and they got to asking him, he's got all this products for taking scent away. Does he have anything for the human scent? And he got to thinking, and went to the drawing board and came up with Camo Dust. So he invented it around 1995, and they carried it to the deer woods. I think it might have been a week or two later. The next trip into the woods with a big tube sock, filled it up full of dirt, and 3 guys carried one sock in, and they walked to one spot, and they all powdered down and kind of laughed about knocking each other down with a big sock full of dust. But the results were phenomenal. Public land, bow hunting, and the deer, it changed the game. There's no, they just downwind. Deer never reacted, so it's been just like that since.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy, or there's a lot of different ways to look at it. How important is scent control?
And so you can beat, they've been killing deer with buffalo plaid for hundreds of years, right?
Yeah.
The deer, because of the way the shapes are on the jacket, if you get something that breaks your silhouette up in the woods, you can wear khaki out there and be just fine. Khaki overalls. A lot of guys will wear Dickies out there and be successful. Sure. Deer are brown and then they turn red, and then they're gray, so those solid colors. But it's all how you silhouette yourself. So you can hide from a deer's eyes, right? You can beat their eye. You can beat their ear by being real still. You can quiet yourself, sit in the box stand, and beat their ears. So you can beat their eyes and their ears. But how do you beat that nose? That nose is unbelievable, and they've been bred for centuries to run from us, because we're their number one predator next to a cow, right?
Sure.
Or a wolf or something like that. So they're going to run from those scents. Well, I think it's very important, it's to be scent free, because I can get still and I can get quiet, but they can always smell me. So what's the thing to do? You powder down. The way Camo Dust works, it's a dry powder. It's dry, for one. That's the thing I love about it. I mean, right now the market is saturated with liquids. We're the only dry market. Our dirt's the only dry dirt on the market, the only dry scent eliminator on the market. So we've taken a dirt, we've dried the moisture out of it. The human scent molecule is moisture. So we've had to have a way for the our dirt to how are you going to get it to connect to the human scent? Well, we started with dust, a certain type of dirt that we mine, and then we put it through a patented process. And when you powder your body down, it saturates. It's so fine, it's finer than talc. And as you dust your body, it saturates the pores of your clothes and acts as a barrier. So it's not a masking agent or a cover scent. It's a wall that as your human scent flows through, which the human scent is moisture, when it flows through your clothes, it latches onto that dry dirt. And the patented process we put the dirt through neutralizes and eliminates the human scent. So you're sitting out there, I'm not going to say you're virtually scent free, but you've knocked it way down. Even if you're not scent free, you're 30 yards at full draw and he thinks you're at 300, or if he doesn't smell you at all, it takes, without a doubt, it takes the fear and flight out of the deer. I mean, I've seen hundreds of deer, within 20 yards of me cross my trail that I walked in on. Well, they may stop, pick their nose up and smell, but then they go right back to business. They go to doing deer things. So, it doesn't alarm them.
Now, I've watched a lot of your videos online and a lot of testimonials, and the animal comes in incredibly close.
Correct. It changes the game.
Now, there's a lot of cover scents or masking scents out there that are sprays. What's the difference between a cover scent or masking scent and camo dust? So
camo dust completely eliminates the human scent. We're not even trying to let the deer know you're there. A cover scent is exactly what it's doing. It's like taking a golf ball and painting it with a Sharpie. It's still a golf ball, but now it smells like a Sharpie. So, you can smell. That's what the deer's smelling. He's smelling that loud odor that you're putting out there. It could be skunk. It could be coon pea. Coon pea's horrible. I don't know why nobody has to do that anymore. It's awful. It's awful. Fox pea. I've got buddies that trap. They love to trap because we care about turkeys, right? Everybody wants your turkey population to be great. Only way to beat it is to do away with the predators. So we trap possums, coons, all this stuff. These guys aren't having to wear that nasty junk out there anymore. They're using camo dust to get rid of their scent, and then they're dusting their set down instead of having to squirt all that other junk. And they're catching dogs the first set or cats the first set. They're not having to wait a day or two to catch an animal on a set. After you let the dew kind of press your scent, and then they've got the cover scent. It's camo dust out there doing it. In
the old days, you put raccoon pee on or whatever.
Right. And you're covering it up.
Well, you're covered in piss.
Yeah, and you stink, and your wife's gonna be mad at you. Your truck stinks. You got to take all your clothes off. It's absolutely horrible. Camo dust, all you got to do is buy a can of 6 ounces in a sock, and it'll last you 6 to 8 hunts. And so camo dust completely eliminates it. Cover scent, you're still putting it out there. It's just something different. And then a masking agent, it's basically just like a cover scent, or you're boogering up there. You're making them smell something different. Well, they're walking through the woods. They know they've never smelled that much coon pea, in a spot, or fox pea, or something. So why let him know you're there? Why not? That's what I tell everybody. I don't want them to know I'm there unless I'm calling to them or sticking them with an arrow. So, that's, it's too late by that point. I don't want them to know we're there. So it's, that's what makes camo dust so great.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break to acknowledge some of our sponsors. Of course, Underwood Ammo, always a standard of excellence, fantastic ammo. Check them out. Underwoodammo.com. Pyro Putty and Phone Scope, always an innovative product, always making products you should keep in your backpack at all times. Check them out as well. And Hunt of a Lifetime. You're going to hear from them in a second. Be right back.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength. to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a nonprofit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
Okay, and we're back with Chris Parnell from Camo Dust. Chris, this product sounds amazing. I can't wait to put it on in the woods. I know you sent me some samples, and I'm going to be doing some giveaways as well. Now, what sets it apart from all the other products out there? I mean, there's so many cover scents, masking scents, this scent. What makes Camo Dust so different?
Well, we're the only dry scent eliminator on the market. There's no, I mean, eliminator, that's the key. Scent eliminator. We're not a cover scent or a masking agent, and we're dry. So you're not out there squirting yourself down in 30-degree weather, drenching your body in liquid when you're cold. It just makes for a funner hunt. You're not sitting out there starting off at 5 o'clock in the morning soaking wet and going to crawl up on a deer stand and sit there in a 8-mile-an-hour breeze, 30-degree weather waiting on a buck. Let's have a fun hunt. Let's powder down, saturate all the pores of your clothes with dust, and know that the way our dust works, it saturates every pore of your clothes. It's so fine. It's finer than talc. So just a little 8-ounce or a little 6-ounce sock is going to last you 6 to 8 hunts. So I don't want to use the bottle. I don't want to be wet. Of course, it's easy for me to say my dad invented it, so it's all I've ever used. It's all I've ever known. I don't get busted by deer, so I'm not going to change. There's a lot of deer hunters that say, I'm going to stick with what works. But if somebody come along and told me there was something better or easier, I would Camo Dust. It's dry. I'm not squirting myself when it's cold weather or 17 degrees. I'm not squirting my 9-year-old little boy with a bunch of liquid and then going sitting in 17-degree weather so we can hunt on his birthday. That just make a miserable hunt. Sure. But he's got his own sock. He goes out there and dusts down. He's right in the middle of the hunt. He's waiting on a deer, and he has more fun. Last year he shot 2 back to back. It was he shot his very first buck. He waited all season long the season before and hunted. I think we hunted like 17 trips, and every trip was exciting. He didn't get tired. He didn't get sick of hunting. He's powdering down. He's using the grunt call. We're learning stuff in the woods. We're seeing deer. I've taken him and my daughter, and we always see deer. We're not getting busted in the woods with 3 of us sitting in a ladder stand. And Beckett was successful last year. Shot an 8-pointer, and then 4 minutes later shot another one. I shot a bigger. He bettered his buck. Shot a 9-pointer. Like 4 minutes later, it come out in the same spot. And so he had a good season last year, but he was camo dusted down, and he was dry, and it was cold. So he's sitting there in cold weather in Arkansas, and we're dry. That's the game changer for me. It's a scent eliminator that's not a spray. The market's saturated with sprays. Cover scents, earth scents, not knocking anybody else's product, but we're the only dry scent eliminator out there.
I got to ask you, how did you come up with the sock application?
Man,
this good old boy redneck ingenuity.
That's exactly what it is.
How did you guys come up with that?
Well, a pepper shaker put too much out. So, my dad back in 90. So back in 95, they were sitting at Sonic, him and 2 buddies. They just finished hunting, got blown at. And, we're sitting here with this business, putting it in poultry houses, eliminating the ammonia smell. And one of them said, you don't have anything. You can't work any magic, figure out something and eliminate. And Dad said, I'll start working on it. Well, he's got all this thing, broke out the chemistry equation, made it work. And then how do you apply? So how are you going to do it? Well, you take a sock, you dump in. His tube sock now is this long. It's 2 foot long from when he used it, and it's wide. But he just there's no telling how much he put in it to start with. But, you make a plume of dust out there in the woods, when you whack yourself with the sock. I'm sure you've opened it up. I've got one right here. You can see that dust. Well, it gets off how fine it is. It's just and you use it as a wind checker,
Is
it's
that one of your old dirty Adidas socks that you use when you play ball? What's the deal with that?
well, we went a
Where
little
do you
high
get
tech.
the socks from?
We've ordered the socks now. We've got a great sock manufacturer that'll cut the socks for us and fix us up and send us in. They send them to us in bulk. So,
Okay.
and then we've got a machine that dumps the material into the sock, and then we have been for the last 3 years zip tying the sock closed. Now we've got a bread tie. We've got a tie machine, and we tie them shut. Now a lot of guys. I put one in every can. Every can is loaded. When you open the can, you just pull the sock out. You start powdering down from your side, your pants. Concentrate on your crotch, your armpits, and your head. Those are the 3 main scent manufacturer places in your body. Put a
Okay.
bunch of dust there, and then and don't miss anything in between. It's
Now, how
and then
long
but the
does,
sock, figuring out what grade of sock to where it doesn't let too much out or it lets just enough out. There's a science behind every little intricate part of this whole thing that we've had to go through and try to figure out. We deal with our sock manufacturer, and he's tested socks. We test socks. He uses our product, understands how it works, and how you don't want somebody to go out there and only get 3 hunts because they shook the sock and
yeah.
4 ounces come out. You want it to last. You want to get good coverage. So we've been through that, and I think we've got that pretty much perfected. So
How long does it last, each application?
I,
Just,
I like to say every sock lasts 6 to 8 hunts. The application now, depending on how heavy you put it on your body, that dust doesn't have a shelf life. It will sit there and soak up a human scent molecule until it does, or until it gets wet. If it soaks up moisture or a scent molecule. So if I had a can and I put it on the shelf 25 years from now, as long as it was dry, that can I could
Still
pull
work.
it out and kill the deer with it that afternoon. Absolutely. So I like to tell people a can will last them 6 to 8 hunts. It just depends on how much you use or how far you walk. I've got a spot here in Arkansas that's public land. It's over 2 miles. It's between 2 and 3 miles from the truck, and
So
I
if
have to
you-
walk around a big beaver pond. So I mean, it's just a long tote. I might go through a little more socks when I'm hunting back there, but it's only a certain. I try not to do it first of the season. I'll let them go when it's hot and bad mosquitoes. I'll wait till pretty weather.
So if you sent a case of this to the set of The Walking Dead, the show would have been over after the first season.
They're not smelling them. You got that right. They're just walking around normal. You got that right. Yeah. No
That's
scene.
great.
Yeah.
So where can we find you guys? I know you're on Amazon. You have
Absolutely.
your website. Where can we buy your product? And is it in stores?
It's in stores. We're mainly local right now in Arkansas. Any of your viewers, if they have a bow shop that they're interested in carrying Camo Dust, I'm more than willing to stick it in every store in the nation. It doesn't matter what state. I'm in, I think 35 stores here in Arkansas, a couple in North Carolina, Alabama, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas, pretty just building my business as we go. As people hunt with it, or they see it on the internet and they order a can, they go to their local bow shop and they say, "Hey, you got to start carrying this stuff. It's unbelievable." And that's the great thing about Camo Dust. It's all, social media, but it's built from word of mouth from guys that have hunted with it, that have told their buddies, that have told their buddies. And then it's just, they're posting pictures of big deer. Their deer are growing. I've got a buddy that 3 years ago had 2 Pope and Young. And in 3 years since using Camo Dust, he's got 11 more on his wall now. So, I mean,
Wow.
he's traveling to different states. It's changed his game. He's hunting more and hunting where big deer are, but he'll tell you that Camo Dust is a huge asset, and has helped change the game for him. So I've got another buddy that has 27 Pope and Young bucks that he's killed using camo dust. These big deer, and I keep saying deer, Chris. It's for anything that has a nose. It's for deer, elk, bear, hog, predator.
Wherever
You
you
can
get
go
a
shoot a
hunt,
Cape buffalo.
yeah.
First guy that kills a Cape buffalo with using camo dust over in Africa, and he shoots a Cape buffalo and he sends me a picture with a can. I'll give him 2 cases for free. I'm telling you, I know I want to, I'd love
I'll
to
put
see
it
it
in
over
the
there.
right hands. What you need
Yeah.
right now, you need a
There you go.
distributor for the Northeast.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. You just let me know. Just start giving me a list of stores, man, and I'll stick it there. Amazon, absolutely. Amazon, you can get it on Amazon or camodust.com. You can pick it up there, and then ask your local bow shop to start carrying it. They give me a call. I'll get them however many cases they want to start carrying. I love how I've watched it progress from in the last 3 years. These stores around here in Arkansas they started off with 2, maybe 3 cases. And I just had a guy call today, and his first order for the season is 10 cases.
Wow.
So he knows he's fixing to order. He's fixing to order by the end of September. He'll probably order another 10 cases. He's a big store here in Central Arkansas, and he sells a bunch of cans. I mean, it's the guys around here, the guys in Arkansas know about it. They don't hunt without it. I mean, once you hunt with it once, that's what everybody says, man. When you use it that first time, it becomes a necessity. There's 2 things you got to have when you want to kill big deer, big elk, bear, whatever. It's whatever you're going to stick them with, and a can of camo dust. It's
even for turkey, turkey don't
absolutely.
smell, but the other game does. So
That's right.
If you're going to scare a deer, the turkey you're going to run too.
Yep. I have actually. It's sad to say, but I have turkey hunted without camo dust on and had deer blow at me, so you go back to camp, you reach in the back of the truck and you powder down. You don't let that happen. Here in Arkansas, we only get 17 days to turkey hunt. So you've got to make the most of it. Powder down. Anytime I go in the woods, I powder down. When I'm running game cameras, I'm powdered down. I don't want that deer. I hunt public ground 98% of the time. The rest of the time I'm with my kids on a little 40-acre patch that is right next to the public ground that I hunt. I dust down when I'm running game cameras. I don't want the deer to know that I'm there.
Sure.
And now I'm running bait. They're going to know on the private ground that I've just put corn out. I put acorns out. I put soybeans or whatever I've thrown out to feed the deer. They know that's there, but I don't want them to know. And I can tell you from my game camera pictures on days that I don't dust down and I go in there and I throw all that food out. It may be an hour and a half, anywhere from at least an hour to 3 or 4 hours before I see deer in the camera. On days I throw all that food out and I'm powdered down, it's 30 minutes. It's less than an hour. Those deer are in there. Those deer are not pressured in July at all by anybody.
Yep.
And for my scent to take that long to leave, or for them to just not like something about that setup, I don't go in the woods without powdering down. I powder my cameras down because I don't want them to know I'm in there. I'm toting that feed in there, not riding a 4-wheeler up to it. Guys will ride 4-wheelers side by sides up. That's fine, but still dust your body down because they'll hear those side by sides going.
You dust your blind, you dust everything.
Absolutely. Everything that has human scent on it, or if I'm going to hunt a blind with the kids, I'm dusting the outside. I'm definitely dusting us and the inside of the blind. I don't want that scent to just shoot out it look like a smokestack of human scent going out that window. So I want to make sure I definitely want to eliminate the scent coming out of that blind. Even, people say I stand hunt, or here in Arkansas, tower hunt, or, a big stand that's 15, 20 feet off the ground. It's a box stand. Well, it's still, when you open that window, there's that scent leaving out of there, Now you can stretch out and shoot them at 300 yards. But what about those deer that are, 15 or 20 that are standing in the wheat field that the wind's got to blow through to get to that buck. They blow and then he leaves. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, the name of the game is to not let them know you're there. And grizzly bear, whatever you're hunting.
Well, we definitely going to be using your product this season.
Mhm.
A lot of people I know and come in contact with, they're going to get samples as well. And we'll talk about a New York distributorship after we finish up here.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the pictures. I can't, you guys kill a deer. You send me a picture with camo dust. We have a big buck classic here in Arkansas every year in January, end of January, and all the people in our kill deer that want to have it measured. You bring your deer up, and there's a big wall. We do it in a big arena, and you get your wall up there with an official score, Pope and Young or Boone and Crockett, and you're official then. But if you send, whether you enter your deer or not into the Arkansas Big Buck Classic, I set up a booth every year, and I have a 70-inch TV screen with. I try to get some of the best deer that were killed that year, and I put them in the booth so people can see. I've got buddies that always kill hammers, and I'll post them, or a bear. I had a buddy kill a bear one year that was really big, 375-pound hog. I've had it at the booth, but I try to set that year's harvest of the best ones that people want to say, hey, you can use that at the Big Buck Classic. Usually it's close buddies, but I post them up. But I like to tell people, whether you enter your deer or not, I'm going to put your picture. If I put it on the Facebook page, your picture is going to be at the Big Buck Classic. So I run it on a loop and put all the pictures from the Facebook page on there, and just let people, see your picture of your deer. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this season. It's starting to get in a lot of hands, and I love hearing. My favorite thing to hear is guys say, man, it was my best buck, and he was straight downwind, 15 yards straight downwind, 15 yards dead downwind,
Yep.
And it's their best buck. It's my best buck. That's my favorite thing to hear is it's my best buck yet, and they give Camo Dust the credit. They still had to make the shot, and they had to put themselves in the right situation.
Sure.
For me to have an opportunity to give them a quality product that I don't worry about. It's one of them things when you watch hunting shows and guys get busted, I think to myself, man, I wish I had a can of Camo Dust, so it's one of those deals where.
What's the tagline you use? Don't get dusted, don't get busted.
Yeah, don't get busted, get dusted. That's right. And trust the dust. You got to trust the dust. That's a lot. That's the main thing. Guys will call and say, are you sure? I'm absolutely positive. I've used it. We test every batch that runs through. We have a rigorous process to make sure it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And once we send it out there, we know it's legit. You keep it dry. Now listen, you can't go into the local gas station wearing your hunting clothes, walk through 2 puddles of gasoline, go in there where they're cooking fried chicken and bacon first thing in the morning, and then walk out there and expect to kill a 170-inch deer. You've got to be lucky, and I can't take Chicken Shack juice and gasoline out of your clothes. But if you take good scent precaution, keep your hunting clothes clean, and we just attack the human scent. It'll make
Unless
you.
you're going bear hunting, you could go into the woods smelling like chicken and bacon.
There you go. Yeah, you want to go buy donuts and get really smell good. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Man. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I look forward to taking some video and getting that out there for you as well. And like we said, go to camodust.com, and you can find you on Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and check out your website. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Facebook page also. Yep. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Appreciate your time, and we'll get back to you on how the results are.
Perfect. Can't wait.
And we're out.